y'all, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm so glad y'all decided to stop by today. I had told y'all a couple weeks ago that I was gonna start doing a cooking video on top of a cleaning video every week. And so today's the cooking video, and we're gonna be making meatloaf and mashed potatoes from scratch. And my husband has been begging for this meal. This is his all-time favorite meal, and I don't make it very much because it takes an hour to cook the meatloaf, so it can be quite time-consuming. But I promised him that I would make it for him this week, so I really hope he enjoys it. I'm also going to be making some biscuits to go with that, but here's the deal. I use Walmart biscuits, great value, in a bag, because I cannot make a biscuit to save my life. It is a skill I would love to have, but every time I make biscuits, they turn out like rocks. So I have never mastered the skill of making biscuits, and you would think, like me being southern and everything, like I could make some biscuits. Now I can make some gravy, but I cannot make a biscuit. So I hope that y'all enjoy this video. Okay, so our ingredients today are, I like this garlic. It's garlic, onion, black pepper, and sea salt. It's just got it all in there, so it's a lot easier instead of having to get out all these different ingredients. I like to use this, and then we're gonna do 2 rolls of hamburger meat and a half a roll of sausage, and I just get the original sausage, and this gives it like yummy, yummy flavor. Oh my goodness. And then we're gonna use red gold tomato sauce, 1 for inside the meatloaf and then 1 on top of the meatloaf. I don't do ketchup. I know a lot of people do ketchup on top, but I like tomato sauce. And then we're gonna be doing, my crackers are in a bag because I used some of them. So I have crackers, just saltine crackers, and I like the salted ones. And also, we're gonna be using a couple eggs today too. So I'm just gonna put everything in my KitchenAid and mix it up, because that's like the easiest thing, you know. Back before I got my KitchenAid, I used to, you know, put it in a bowl and knead it all, and you know, your hand freezes off. So I'm very grateful for my KitchenAid. Anyway, so we'll just get started. Also, I forgot to mention that I am preheating my oven to 400. For meatloaf, I always heat it pretty hot, because you know, you want to get that meatloaf like good and done. You definitely don't want a rare meatloaf. That would be so gross. Alright, I'm just gonna start adding in all the ingredients. Do y'all use sausage in your meatloaf? Let me know in the comments below. This is just something I've always done, and it just really gives it good flavor and fills the meatloaf even more. So let me know if you've even heard of using, or if that's something that your grandmother did or your mom did whenever she made meatloaf. Alright, we're just gonna crack these crackers up in here. I don't know if y'all noticed, whenever I cook, I don't use measuring. I've just always just cooked without measuring stuff. I mean, if I'm following a recipe or something, like for a cake, then yes, of course I use measuring cups and all that stuff. But if I'm just cooking, like, I do everything to taste. So I don't even like know about the measurements to tell you to use. I just do it till it looks good or till it tastes good. I think that that's part of a southern cooking thing, is a little dab of this and a little dab of that. And we're gonna add some seasoning in there. It's gonna be so good. open up one of these cans of tomato sauce and dump in here. We have church tonight, so my husband, sorry about that. We have church tonight, so my husband's not going to be able to eat until after church. So I feel kind of bad for him because he's been talking about this meatloaf all day long, but he has to wait till after church. Okay, I'm going to use 2 eggs, and the eggs help hold it together along with the crackers. I know some people use breadcrumbs. I've never used breadcrumbs, but I do know that a lot of people use breadcrumbs. I always grew up with crackers. Okay, so the meatloaf is all mixed up. The KitchenAid does such a good job of that. I love it. It takes a lot of work out of making the meatloaf. So, by the way, I use my paddle instead of like something I would use instead of like this, because this here mixes up really well. For this, I would use this for mashed potatoes, which I'm going to be using later. But I use my paddle attachment for this. Okay, so we're going to, I'm just making a small meatloaf because it's just me and Matt. So I'm just going to put this meat into the pan. I know a lot of people do it in a loaf pan, but I don't have a loaf pan, so we're just going to do it this way. Now just mush it down in there real good and even. Alright, it's looking even, Steven there. Okay, and then I'm going to open up that second can of red gold tomato sauce and just pour it on top. Smear it all over. Alright, so this here's what it looks like. I don't want to dump it up too much because all the tomato sauce will go over to one side. But I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in the oven. And like I said, it takes about an hour to cook, and I've put the oven on 400. So let's get our potatoes boiling for our mashed potatoes now. have the mashed potatoes and the meatloaf, and I've already put a biscuit on the plate. So anyway, let me just serve this up. My potatoes turned out so creamy. Cut a piece of this meatloaf out, and then I'll give you a close-up of how it looks. Oh, it smells so yummy. Alright, this is how this plate turned out. It looks so yummy. See how tall my meatloaf is? I'm so excited about that. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you have any suggestions on other things that you would like to see me cook, please let me know in the comments down below.